When breweries have a light beer, they usually like to market it saying how it's either low calorie or low ABV or lighter beer, big flavor. And with me doing what I do, let's see if that holds up. Today we're looking at Red Racer. Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Mate Brewski, for the Ruski Brewski review. And today the beer I have for you guys is by the Central City Brewers and Distillers, part of their Red Racer, I guess, sub-company, or at least beer brand name things and stuff. We have the Red Racer Session IPA. Boom. Kind of reflective, very green, a little bit of whites and reds, and touch of gold down in the bottom ring. Red Racer Session India Pale Ale. A light ale coming in at 4% alcohol by volume. How many IBUs, you may be asking me, or yourself? And well, the can does not tell ya. At least not that I've seen. But the website definitely tells you, coming in at 40 IBUs. So, fairly bitter it seems, but 4% ABV. It's a Session IPA. They're not really high in alcohol, and they're a little bit more tamer on the bitterness, on the bitter notes and the IBUs. So let's crack this bad boy open. Let's see what we got. Pouring it into my 5 paddles, smaller, yet still fat style tulip glass. Let's see what we got. And smaller glass compared to the Rouge River. That's about half the beer there. As you can see, half the beer fills up the glass quite a bit, which is really nice. The color on it is a nice light amber golden, like a deeper golden color. It looks sort of like honey in a sense. Honey yellow, honey gold. Does that work? Does that work for you guys? I think it works. It works for me. A little bit of an off-white head on top as well. Not too much, but a fairly clear beer. Maybe just a thin touch of haze, but really not too much on the nose. Grapefruit, pine, citrusy, grassy, slightly grainy, a little sharper. Yeah, citrusy, grassy, somewhat florally. A little bit more maltiness coming out in there, like slightly biscuity almost. In the background of the nose, pretty good. Let's have a sip. Fairly light, fairly light. Finishes really quickly, really clean. A little bit of a lingering, piney, florally, grassy kind of bitterness, but fairly light, even on the mouthfeel so far. But we always need more. We need to dive right in there. So cheers everybody. Let's keep on drinking. Yeah, very light, very airy for a Session IPA even. Where to start? It's bitter. It's hoppy bitter. You get a little bit of pine, touch of grapefruit kind of thing going on. Nothing super impressive though. Continuing on, there's a nice citrus note in there, like a mixture of like a lemon limey citrus, very reminiscent of like a lemon lime sparkling water even. And yeah, when I say sparkling water, that comes with the lower amounts of flavor, a little bit more of an airiness to the body. Again, slightly grassy, a bit more florally, and almost like a mixture between floral, grassy, and somewhat earthy of a hop character to it. Again, notes of like the malt notes. Let's check those. Really nothing there, but very, but you know what? Fairly I don't know. The word that comes to mind is uneventful. It's light, it's airy, a little citrusy, a little grassy, a little florally, but really not too much going on. The bitterness does actually last a little longer than I first noted. It's not as clean of a finish, bordering on more of like an astringent sort of bitterness. It's all right. I mean, you're not really getting anything groundbreaking. It seems to me more of like a basic pale India Pale Ale, or Session IPA sort of thing. There's no diversity to the flavor profile. It's just very mellow. Mellow is a good word. Mellow is a good word to go with this one. But yes, light indeed. Looking on the can, Red Racer Session India Pale Ale, light ale, 4% ABV, unknown IBUs. We know what they are. It's 40. It's 40 IBUs. We do have a description, and it reads: light and refreshing tropical hop character with a mellow bitterness and easy drinking flavor. Tropical hop character. Actually, I'm not really getting any tropical hops out of this. No tropical notes of really anything. Maybe yeah, the citrus, but not typical tropical-y thing. Mangoes, papayas, pineapple, and stuff like that. Like I said, getting more of a slightly citrusy, grassy hop character. But yeah, is that all the information that's on here? On the bottom, oh yes, canned on date, M1019. See, M's kind of confusing for me because it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. That's 13. It's only 12 months of the year last time I checked, so I don't know what that means. M10, unless M is the day, so it would be the 13th day of October 2019. So this can is a bit older. Possibly that's why there seems to be almost like an absence of flavor. But I'm not getting any notes of like oxidization or anything. The can seemed to be pretty good condition. Nothing going wrong there. Still fairly effervescent as well. I don't know. But there's a date code, which is really nice. A little confusing to read, but hey, you get through it, which is nice. Moving over to the website, centralcitybrewing.com, you go to the beer section, you find Red Racer Session IPA. Has a slightly different description, so we can read that and some other cool information too. Mosaic hops lend to this light and fruity ale with a good bitterness and malt balance. Coupled with refreshing hop aromatics, Red Racer India Session Ale is big on flavor, yet light in alcohol. Now, one thing I do have to say, at least this can's rendition so far, is that 50-50 on that statement there. Yes, lighter in alcohol, but I've definitely had some Session IPAs with even less alcohol have even more flavor. So still debatable on that mark, guys. But hey, that's just one man's opinion. This beer came first in Beer Me BC People's Choice Awards, Best Spring/Summer Seasonal BC Craft Beer. No year on that, so something to note as well. The color on their spectrum is 4 out of, I guess, 12 or whatever. Hop rating is a 4 hops out of 5. 4 alcohol by volume and 40 IBUs. The malts that are used are Canada Pale Ale, Munich, and Cara Vienna. And the hops are Mosaic. What also is really cool is that they do list food pairings, and they suggest lighter foods, pizza, or seafood. And yeah, in my opinion, seafood, definitely. Fish, definitely. For a Session IPA, I don't know why. Something about the lemon on the fish just screams Session IPA type. Citrusy, lighter, but still crisp. Crisp and beautiful, and light and citrusy, and words just going in different order to describe stuff. My brain's exhausted. I just finished exams. as well. It's available in draft and in cans, 473 ml cans, and this, like this guy, 500. Half a liter of beer in a can. Moving over to Untapped, Red Racer Session IPA has been given a 3.56 bottle caps out of 5, and that's out of, over 13,000 ratings. Holy jeez. Holy jeez Louise. Now, if you're wondering about the price, at the beer store, they have India Session Ale, ISA, which I would assume is the same thing, because the ABV is exactly the same on the beer store, and maybe it's just a name change. Can't find this beer on the beer store's website. My mom actually got this for me from Longo's. I don't know how much she paid for it. I'm not going to ask her. But at the beer store, it seems like the India Session Ale, which I think, I'm just guessing, so don't quote me, is the exact same as this. It's $3 for the half liter. Half liter sounds a lot better than 500 mils for some reason. I don't know why, because liters sounds large. Yeah, half liter can, $3. Not bad. Not bad at all. No complaints. No complaints at all. But overall, it is very light. Almost airy. Almost not as much flavor as other Session IPAs. But is it good? It's still good. It's still a good beer. You're not getting any off flavors. Nothing bad. It's just light and not as flavorful as some other ones. But that's fine. Cheers on the final sip, guys. Let's get rate ratings and we'll wrap this thing up. We gotta watch that can. I hit the last one, but this one still survives. Yeah, not bad. Red Racer Session India Pale Ale. Light, citrusy, grassy, and yet florally at the same time. Pretty cool combination. Fairly light as well, which is good if you're looking for a lighter thing. But the bitterness does linger a little bit longer than you might think, and it's not the most pleasantly lingering flavor, but hey, overall it's not too bad. Red Racer. Oh, look at that voice crack. Holy jeez. Am I going through puberty or like late stages of puberty? Jesus. Red Racer Session IPA gets a solid 6.5 out of 10 for me. As for presentation, the presentation does always look pretty good. You got a woman, a red-headed woman on a red bicycle. Everything's red. She's racing down the street, probably to go grab some beers, because why not? Pretty cool, pretty outstanding colors. Outstanding colors. Yeah, it stands out. It stands out quite a bit. Information-wise on here, ABV, short description on the bottom. Canned on date on the bottom, which is great. Website's coming in with a longer description, color, hop rating, IBUs as well, detailed list of malts and hops, and food pairings. Can't go wrong. Presentation gets a solid 8 out of 10 for me. Before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Mate Brewski, that would greatly appreciate it as well. And with all that said, that's going to do it for me, Mate Brewski. Like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers. So hop on your bikes, or maybe don't. I don't know what to do in this isolation time, but bike rides are really fun to do. Cheers.